Let's get into the latest around DeMarcus Cousins. He has been released by the Houston Rockets. That officially took place on Tuesday. We knew over the last several days that was coming because the Rockets are committing to youth, they're committing to small ball, and it makes sense for both parties to say, hey, we appreciate your work, but we're not making the playoffs this year, and you make more sense to go to a contender. We'll help you out, and they're still guaranteeing his contract for this season. So good on the Houston Rockets for doing that. This was a cordial separation here, no bad blood on either side. Now, I do expect to see several teams show interest in Boogie Cousins. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm sure he'll take a little bit of time to consider his options. Might even wait until after the All-Star game, which is coming up pretty quickly on March 7th. Now, from what we saw from Boogie this year, he can still score. He's still effective offensively, even though the efficiency hasn't, been there so far this year at, just under 38%. But we know he can score. We know he can rebound. The biggest issue with Boogie, even before the injuries, but especially after the injuries, is he's just not a very good defender. He's not, super agile. He's not super quick. And plus now you add all the knee issues that he's had over the years. He's a liability defensively. There's just no way around it. Now, can he be an energy bench guy that can get you, 8 to 12 points and grab 6 to 8 rebounds on a contending team? I think that's possible, but, it's one of those things that with the injuries, you don't know how much you can rely on him. But I definitely think there are a lot of contending teams that will and should show interest in Cousins to be a guy that can come off the bench and give you a little bit of something in a playoff series potentially. So go ahead and predict it for me. Which team will sign DeMarcus Cousins? I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Which team will sign Boogie now that he's been released by the Houston Rockets? Now, we've got jerseys available for you guys at chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. Tons of them available for all 30 NBA teams. You Laker fans, yep, we got LeBron, we got AD, we have several others as well. Luka Doncic and the Mavs, you can get KP and several other players. Lots of players on every single team out there. chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. Don't miss this opportunity. It's a good price. It's a good deal. Go to that link. It'll be in the comments. It'll be in the description. We got Curry. We got Tatum. We got all kinds of players available for you guys. And not just these specific jerseys. You got alternate jerseys, home, away, the city edition ones. All kinds of different ones are available at chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. I love this Philadelphia look with the Joel Embiid. I know Ben Simmons is available in that one also. One more time, link is available in the comments. It's in the description. chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. Could the Lakers be signing DeMarcus Cousins? Well, the latest report says they're actually not expected to pursue Boogie Cousins despite releasing Quinn Cook. More on that in a little bit. But I'm surprised by this. He signed with the Lakers last season. Obviously, he's tore his ACL as he was preparing for the season and never actually played with the Los Angeles Lakers. But I just figured with the familiarity there and with the fact that Anthony Davis is injured right now and the Lakers need a big, that's not just like something they could use, that's something they need on their team. I'm surprised that the reports are that as of now they are not expected to pursue DeMarcus Cousins with that open roster spot. I'm a little bit surprised by this, and quite frankly, I disagree with it. I think the Lakers should sign DeMarcus Cousins. Here's the write-up from the LA Times here saying multiple people with knowledge of the situation said they don't expect the Lakers to reunite with Houston center DeMarcus Cousins, obviously a free agent now. The team will, however, monitor the buyout and trade markets for potential additions to their front court. You've already got a guy available in DeMarcus Cousins. Lakers, go sign him. Like, worst case scenario, he's a bad fit. You sign him to a non-guaranteed deal and you cut him. It's not a big deal. I think Boogie would sign with LA in a heartbeat. He wanted to play with the Lakers last year. It obviously didn't work out with the ACL injury. You got a second chance now for both sides on this deal. I would sign him. Obviously, I wouldn't give him notable money here, but he's not going to have a major market anyway. Like, it's going to be a minimum limited guarantee type of deal, so why not go sign DeMarcus Cousins? We know he's boys with Anthony Davis going back to their days at New Orleans. Both played college ball at Kentucky, obviously at different times there, but you're not going to get this together with these two guys once AD is back, but I think the comfort, the familiarity, what Cousins could give you from an offensive standpoint especially is intriguing to me, and he can grab you some boards, which has been an area of concern for the Los Angeles Lakers so far this season. And guys, I hate to tell you this, Anthony Davis might be out a while. Like, I know they said 4 weeks. Don't be surprised if it's 6. Like, they are going to be very, very careful when it comes to Anthony Davis, so why not bring on a guy like DeMarcus Cousins? I don't get it. I think it's weird, quite frankly. I think the timing of cutting Quinn Cook and saying you're not interested in DeMarcus Cousins is strange. Why not just keep Cook and then cut him if you see someone else become available? That doesn't really make much sense to me, but that's what we know as of now, and we'll just have to wait and see over the next coming days and weeks if that ends up changing. So I'll ask you guys, clearly my answer is yes. Should the Lakers sign Boogie Cousins? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. I don't think there's really any risk here. Worst case, he's bad and you cut him. So I'm typing my 1 for yes. I want to hear it from you guys in the comments. Now, get subscribed to our Lakers channel if you're watching on the Lakers Report. Go ahead and hit that big red button. But if you're watching on Chat Sports, our main Chat Sports YouTube channel, you see the link below. It's youtube.com/LakersTV. We're ramping up our Lakers coverage again, 2, 3, 4 videos a week as of now, and we will certainly expand on that in the very near future, especially as we get closer and closer to the NBA trade deadline. You see the link on screen. It's youtube.com/LakersTV. The latest Lakers news, rumors, trade deadline coverage, some game recap stuff, especially once we get closer to the playoffs. So go ahead and subscribe to our Lakers-only YouTube channel. A little bit more Lakers news. We kind of alluded to it. They have waived Quinn Cook, which, again, is very puzzling to me as to why they apparently aren't interested in DeMarcus Cousins. But the report is that they just want to free a roster spot for once a trade or buyout candidate that they like becomes available. I still don't understand why that's not Boogie Cousins, but it is what it is. Cook wasn't doing much for them this year, playing less than 4 minutes per game. Now, we'll see where he lands. He'll certainly have some value for teams. He has won 2 NBA championships in his career, one with the Warriors, one with the Lakers, obviously this past season. He can still shoot. The problem is that's all he can do. He can't defend. He's not much of a ball handler, and he's undersized, so he's a major liability on the defensive side of the court. I still think the Lakers need a big. I think they should sign DeMarcus Cousins, but maybe they have something else up their sleeve. Maybe they're looking at some other options there. And if they do sign or trade for someone, trust me, we will cover it here on the Lakers Report. So again, make sure you are subscribed. I'd like to see Boogie Cousins back in LA to get that second chance from last year, but doesn't look like that's going to happen as of now, which again, I don't really get, because you look at this front court with Anthony Davis hurt. Yeah, Montrezl Harrell is fine. He can score. He's also only a 6'7" big. He's not that big there. Markieff Morris, Marc Gasol, they're not giving you much these days. Gasol's a nice vet. Morris is a decent bench guy, but I still think they definitely need more front court depth. I think over the All-Star break, they're going to be monitoring which guys are available, and we will see who they end up getting. Quinn Cook, he's gone. We'll see where he ends up landing. Again, playing less than 4 minutes per game for the Lakers, averaging just over 2 points per game this season. I'm sure someone will end up signing Quinn Cook, but his time in Los Angeles appears to be over.